Welcome to Dateline NBC with Chris Matthews. Today's top story: legendary scientist Charles Darwin brought back from the dead. Here is Chris Matthews with the details.
Hello, I'm Chris Matthews. Today our topic is Charles Darwin. He was a person who lived in the 1800s, and in the 1830s he took a voyage on the HMS Beagle to the Galapagos Islands, where he discovered the evolutionized finches and evolution. For 5 years, Charles Darwin sailed the ocean to gain new information on evolution and all the species on the planet. This is a reenactment of his voyage to the Galapagos Islands.
I've discovered the Galapagos Islands. And on these islands are varied kinds of finches. This is the very rare Christmas hat finch. Its beak is developed for getting to food located in Christmas stockings. Is the goldfinch, the state bird of the state of New Jersey. Its tiny, its tiny beak is used for the purposes of cracking nuts. This is another rare species of finches, the camelback finch. Its very large mouth is used for control while it's flying in the air. This is the rare fox-tailed finch. It uses its tail to fend off enemies. This is the most common type of finch, known as the chicken finch, or to you folks in America, the chicken. It's very common around anywhere in the world, and is used as a very common food source.
It's delicious.
It's created the phrase, "It tastes like chicken," which is used everywhere in the world. I'm going to take all the liberty for naming all these finches and noting that, dependent on each island that they live on, they evolve. Their physical traits evolve in order to help them adapt to their worlds and to make them have a better life and a better nom. This is a different topic. It's called the circle of life. See, the shark ate the bird to keep it alive. And it's also called survival of the fittest, or as I like to call it, natural selection. I like that name. I think I'll always call it natural selection from now on. Nom.
In NBC Studios in New York, we have Charles Darwin. Mr. Darwin,
Mr. Matthews.
tell me a little bit about your early life.
Well, I was born in the early 1800s, and believe it or not, I was actually a very bad student. I did very badly in my studies, and I preferred to find birds and bugs for examination for biological purposes.
Mr. Darwin, how did your ideas of evolution come to be?
Well, it all began when I was on the Galapagos Islands, actually. I discovered several different kinds of finches all of them looking similar, but not exactly alike. And I discovered these different kinds of finches on the different islands of Galapagos. It actually thought for a long time that they were all of a different species due to their unsimilar features. But I later realized that they are from the same species, and evolution is what caused them to have their different attributes, specifically beaks. Their beaks would serve a purpose, and the purpose was like something, it's hard to explain, something that's really crucial to their life, whether it be eating food or making a nest or whatever it might be. Evolution is what caused them to be able to adapt, and throughout history they've changed their attributes to make their lifestyle more easy and just a better lifestyle for them.
Mr. Darwin, how was your voyage to the Galapagos Islands?
Well, my voyage for me was a bit awkward because I was just getting out of school and I was 20 years old, and Captain Fitzroy was his name. He needed to find another man of his own social status that he could really become friendly with on his voyage, because it did last 5 years. And he decided to choose me after a couple of other people declined. And I was very excited about the voyage. However, my father didn't want me to take the voyage. He said it wouldn't serve too much of a purpose for me. So finally I had to get my uncle, actually, to convince him to let me go on the voyage. And the boat was called the HMS Beagle, as you saw before. And it was a very large ship. Believe it or not, I was seasick very often on the ship. For 5 years, it was miserable. However, we spent the long sea voyages when we were out at sea. I would examine my specimens, classify them, catalog them, and, things like that. And that's how it came to be.
Mr. Darwin, how are you adapting to this modern world?
I love this modern world, Mr. Matthews. I have discovered so many great kinds of music. Like, listen to this. It's called Smack That. This song is called What I've Done.
Ah, Linkin Park, one of my favorites.
Yeah.
I could play this on the piano. A piano is an instrument that we used to play back in my day.
1800s?
In the 1800s. We played the piano all the time.
We have synthesizers and equalizers to do that for us today.
Really?
No.
Synthesizers. And here. Oh, it's so exciting.
That concludes our episode of tonight's...
Mr. Matthews, what is this thing that they call a cell phone?
Well, you know what a telephone is, right, Mr. Darwin?
I think so.
Alexander Graham Bell, 1700s?
Yes.
Excellent. This is a portable version of what Mr. Bell created.
But look at this thing that they call a ringtone. I've never heard anything like it.
You know how phones would ring, right?
I remember, they go ding, ding, ding.
This is the new way of that ring.
I love this new modern world. Thank you for watching this wonderful Scott Logan film. I couldn't have done it without the help of my two friends, Josh Rickert.
I'm Josh Rickert. Hi.
As Chris Matthews, and Jordan as the cameraman. Charles Darwin was an English scientist from the 1830s who discovered the Galapagos Islands and the finches on it. Without him, evolution may never have been discovered. No. Thanks for watching.
I'm never gonna be refined. Keep trying, but I won't assimilate. Should be